Mr. Goldman, thank you so much for your introduction. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you and very good morning. I know, as Mr. Goldman say, it's Saturday morning, and I welcoming you to this webinar. Thanks for the organizers, Sibec, and so thanks for the my services people for this kind of invitation. I don't want to make it very complex for you. I'll give you a brief about myself and my let's say the sectors that I work with, and then I will go inshallah quickly on my presentation. Today, I'm speaking to you as an expert, strategic experts from Abu Dhabi market, UAE market, you can say. Uh, Leadership Enrichment Consultancy is a firm established in Abu Dhabi few years back. And with the confidence of achievements today, we are being nominated as a consultant partner of Emirates Entrepreneurship Association in Abu Dhabi, and we have several agreements and services being provided to governmental entities in Abu Dhabi. Today, leadership enrichment consultancy is not about only leadership itself. It's about how we elevate the mindsets of the entrepreneur themselves. I always meaning in my advice for people or for the entrepreneurs to avoid exaggerated. You will see in my presentation shortly. Always think about the market. Usually we explore the market or we enter the market without explore it very well. I found a gap in the market a few years back that people they are thirsty to open their businesses. However, they have a lack of information of the least important information about the market. For example, when I ask some like critical questions, do you know your capex or opex expenditures? People they say, "Oh, what's that? What kind of terms these are?" So when you are an entrepreneur, you should know at least the minimum information about the finance, the minimum information about the legality, the minimum information about the strategic, the vision of your company while entering the new market, especially in the UAE, or opening your like an expand in the region in GCC. I know you are doing well in your country. Where are you in India or China or even in Singapore? Because we served a lot of companies from these three regions, India, China, and Singapore, and also we support people from Europe and US. However, the adopting the culture of GCC, there were a lack of companies, and some of the companies they closed in term of 12 to 18 months. So this is very important to understand the culture, to understand the needs of the market, bring a solution to the market. You own the market. I will never take it long. I will go to my presentation. Allow me a few seconds to present my slides. Is my is my slides shared to everyone?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Excellent. Great. Thank you so much. Today I will brief you. This is not a detail. Don't consider it as a detailed a presentation. However, this is an overview on how to start your business in UAE from A to Z, I can say, or at least you will end up with a clarity of understanding the UAE market. Today, it's not about the business itself. It's about how you scale it up. Today, UAE, I gave you some facts on UAE. The UAE has the easiest country in opening your license. You can do it in, for example, if you're in Dubai, it's 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and then you grant your license. The fastest licensing processes in UAE overall, either in Dubai or in Abu Dhabi. We have a stable and high-class infrastructure after launching your businesses in terms, for example, of supply chain, in terms of financial requirements. This is very important for any entrepreneur or companies who are entering the market of UAE. The most important is the Abu Dhabi or UAE unlock for you the globality. Today, when you are providing your company, your services to a community in UAE, whether in Abu Dhabi or in Dubai, or even overall of UAE, you have a great chance and trusted by your clients more than any companies who providing services from outside. So, opening a market or opening a chance to a global market also, this is a part of like UAE reputation it gave you. On the other hand, a lot of challenges. People they are not taking care while they are opening their, and many of them are failed because they don't get attention for these kind of let's say facts in their strategy. Wrong assumptions, poor structure, weak of market validation. Maybe our moderator been went through these points in his 8 points at earliest. And this is very important today to understand your market niche, understand how you will present your company, understand the culture of for example, of GCC countries. And now I will start with the, let's say, negativity where the most entrepreneurs get wrong. The idea is great, the solution is great. However, you are not touching the need of the market. A lot of fintech companies, a lot of, I can say, construction companies, a lot of consultant in the market themselves, availability. However, the idea is not matching the requirements. Or the idea is great, but is not fit or suit the market of UAE. Here is the challenge. See, having an idea is great. Narrowing the idea, matching the requirement, the market needs is the important, and this is making your idea scalable. The second, let's say, mistake happened about the high capex and poor of let's say operation or opex. What do I mean by that? Entrepreneurs or companies who are entering the UAE market, they're looking for fancy stuff. They're looking for high class offices. They're looking for high team members, number of team members, and there these are all are expenditures for you, and they ignore the operation. They ignore the items or the stuff that bringing clients to you. They have lack of, for example, a understanding of the market. They have lack of marketing. They have lack of validation, customer understanding or customer needs understanding. So these kind of expenses in the capex and ignoring or eliminating the opex that's bringing the value to your company is another mistake entrepreneurs have been felt and trapped. The third mistake, sorry, and which is very, very costly nowadays, is the legal structure. The legal structure is very important. Today we have landlord, for example, licenses. We have free zones. We have freelancers. We have different type, whether it is like LLCs companies or individuals companies. So these are very important details for the entrepreneurs or for the company owners to understand before they enter the market. Nowadays, at Leadership Management Consultancy, we bring you this kind of value of advice. Sometimes we present the companies as local agents and opening the doors for them to instead of establishing a company in UAE and spending a lot of monies, instead of spending these kind of expenses, at least to test the market for 6, 10 months or 12 months, for example, and then they can open their trade license like locally in the UAE. So these three type of, let's say, mistakes, try to avoid it. Look for the market validation. Look for the important notes from your let's say sectors. Now, I can give you here the as a strategic framework for starting rights, it's very important to have a market validation. If you don't want to build your own, or for example, visibility studies is very important. And we know visibility studies, companies charging you a lot of monies, okay? But today at LAC, we bringing to you a low cost of, for example, visibility studies. We call it the go-to-market study. The go-to-market study today is a service we provided with the low cost for entrepreneurs to understand the UAE market, to understand their competitors, to understand the uh, the needs at least to start with. So market validation is very important. Understand what you are bringing to, understand the market, understand the culture, understand the habit of your customers here. Are they willing to pay or not? Do they have an alternative? How you compete with your alternative companies or competitors? So this is very important to understand it in your market validation report. The second is the business structure. Am I bringing a lot of the whole entire team to the company? Am I bringing a lot of, let's say, a team underneath, or I will start with the short or single peoples rather than bringing the whole entire team and utilize the AI nowadays can covering the rest of the team output, for example. The second or the third strategic framework is about the financial model. Uh, Today, we're bringing to your attention the what type of, for example, finance you need and which bank is better or suits your, for example, structure. We're bringing to you in the report or in the recommendation this bank is very important or suits you, go with that. Financial services, financial audit, align with the VAT registration in the UAE, avoid, for example, the VAT or FTA fines, or let's say overcoming of their regulations. So this is very important to understand it today. The last but not least is the execution strategy. The whole entire 3 points at early I explained is on the one hand, and the execution strategy is on the other hand. Why? Because whatever you did before is great and mandatory. The execution, your partner in execution is very important. Imagine you have the right tool. Imagine you have the right mindset. Imagine you have the important, let's say, or the core of your operation, but you don't have the key ignition, the opening doors for you. And here today, where we are coming and supporting you guys in the UAE, opening doors to you, connecting you with the right people, decision makers, preparing for you a certain type of, let's say, meetings, assigning to you. Sometimes even assigning to you a job that we have to deliver it. uh, since you are our partner today, we can assign to you some jobs that we receive from the government or from our other private sector companies. Now, if you don't start your business, if you don't have a validate market, why? Because today you don't know your customer, you don't know what the problem you solve. So based on that, you will down estimate your services, and you will never give a right price of your services. You thought you are getting or generating money at the end. What you gain is what you spend. So it's very important today to have your business market validation. Choosing the right setup in the UAE, as I mentioned, whether it is like in term of legality, in term of financially partners, whether the bank or financial companies who are following up on your financial reports, or all of these are very important aspects for you as an entrepreneur to understand and to went through it before you launch your companies. Uh, I always advise to think lean rather than think big. Why? Because when you have a lean mindset, you have agility, you can adopt any challenges. It's very important today to adopt the market challenges, adopt the customer needs, and this is very important in UAE market because if you cannot comply with the customer needs, the competitor will come and take your space or place, and this is very important today. Um, Now I'm almost close to my presentation. What we can provide you through Emirates Entrepreneurship Association, it's not only about promoting the association here, but after around 4 years of entrepreneurship or membership with the association, and now as a board member of the association, I found a tangible results of this kind of relationship with the people, with the community in the association. We have over 500 members that are part of the membership of the association. Those people are private sectors. And now, how we can support you building your company in the UAE, starting from the licenses, starting to moving to financial partner. We have a partnership with the through the association. I mean, we have a partnership with the banks, with the governmental entities. If you have any challenges, wherever you have the challenges, we can support you overcome these kind of challenges. We provide you a directions. We provide you a growth program. We support you with a peer community in the association. Today is very important to cover you under umbrella of one of the let's say pillars that support you in entrepreneurs market in the UAE, and this is what we deliver to you in the Emirates Entrepreneurship Association. Today, the association is not only about having you as a member and then we ignore you. No, it's about to connect with the members. It's about to uh, introduce you to the market. At the end, it's your idea as an owner of the company, as an entrepreneur, how you tailor your services to support your peer, your colleagues in the association. How you tailor your services by giving a chance to the members, uh, taking your services, and how you do that. So by that, I believe I am ending up my here presentation. Please focus on getting the first clients in the 90 days is our aim to support you in our let's say consultation and build relationship. Testing pricing is very important as well. UAE market is very big and challengeable. However, if you have your right partners, definitely you will move forward. Back to you, Mr. Moderator, and thank you so much for listening. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ahmed. Thank you so much. It was really insightful.